Good morning, everybody. Let's go for a ride along. My name is Keith Swank, and I'm your Pierce County Sheriff. I became sheriff on January 1st, 2025, but prior to that, I was a Seattle police officer for 33 years, and I retired from there as a captain. Okay, some of the things I've enjoyed as being the sheriff so far is to be able to pick a brand new leadership team. After I got elected, well, first off, I didn't know anybody from Pierce County Sheriff's Office, so I got to meet a bunch of people, interview them, and put them in place, and I'm really, really proud of our leadership team that we have in everything from patrol to detectives, and they're doing a great job empowering the people to do great police work out there. We're going to head to Garfield Street for a narcotics complaint. There's a couple people walking around doing narcotics, so we're going to drive through there and look for suspicious people. I'm going to drive some of the side streets around here and see if we can spot them. One of the things about narcotics, along with it, is property crimes, because people have to get money in order to buy their narcotics. So, you know, when you go through here looking for people like that, next thing you know, you run into some cars that have been broken into and things stolen from it. So it's really important to make sure that we keep our eyes on what's happening here in this neighborhood. Yeah, we've spotted one of them, so we're going to go make contact and see if she needs any help. So we tried to contact this lady that was out, but we didn't have probable cause to actually stop her, so we asked her if she needed any help. She didn't answer us, but I think we'll probably get more calls on her today. I went into law enforcement on a whim. Actually, I was unemployed. I just filled out an application. I never wanted to be a cop, and I filled out an application back then. In the late 80s, you had to actually go through this thing called the newspaper, open it up and look for want ads, and I saw that I had to fill out 3 every week in order to get my unemployment, so I filled out an application for Seattle Police Department, and they kept bugging me. I went through the process and I got hired. We're in the general area of where this village in Spanaway is going to take place, and I've been getting a lot of calls from the community members about it, so we're driving out here today to take a look around and see what's going on. Tacoma Rescue Mission is part of this, and you can see behind me here, it appears this is going to be some of the areas where in the future there'll be tiny homes. And the community is really upset about it. Many people are. They're worried about it because they're worried about the narcotics activity that will inevitably come along with this going on here. It's been my experience wherever this takes place at, if it's not monitored very well, we're going to have problems here. So we're taking a look here. There's supposed to be hundreds, possibly thousands of homes in here when it's finished. And that's just going to be more necessary police work for Pierce County Sheriff's Office. We're at the intersection of Canyon Road and 176th Street, which reminds me of our emphasis that we did in February. And I'm still getting comments from people, positive comments about how happy they are. We did the emphasis patrol. You know, traffic speed's picking back up again, but still is less than what it was for the months prior to that. So I think we have a positive effect. I think we made over 1,000 stops there during that month of emphasis. So we'll probably be moving emphasis to some other areas throughout the county too. This is a security check, and the guy with a warrant was located. So I'm going to check in here and see if the deputies already have him in custody or what's going on.
He's in the back of your car?
After we drove away, I went to the parking lot, and I was coming back to go towards Fred Meyer's. Saw the gentleman over here. He was kind of like seated down with a jacket over his head. He was like rocking back and forth. So it was more of a check initially.
Welfare check type thing, yeah.
Make sure he was okay, and then I remember his face, contacted him before, and sure enough, ran in, had a felony warrant out for him. So.
What was the warrant for?
Theft too, with special circumstances.
Wow. You know, over behind Fred Meyer, same sort of thing there going on back there by that wooded area on the west side there too. So we're going to roll through there and take a look at that.
Sounds good, yeah, for sure.
Okay, well, I just wanted to came by to see if you got it handled, and it looks like you did, so good to see you.
Yes, sir, good to see you as well.
Well, on that last stop just went on, I just wanted to get over there to make sure, for officer safety purposes, to make sure the deputy had somebody there with them and take somebody in custody. It's really important to have a backup with you whenever you're taking people into custody. I just want to make sure that our deputies stay as safe as they can. Okay, hey, I'm just checking. I saw you over here in the street, and then you came around here. By the way, I'm Sheriff Swank, and then I saw you come around here, so I just wanted to make sure you're okay. That's all, checking on you. So you're going to pick everything up then? Yeah. Okay, very good. I appreciate it. Do you need any help with anything? You're good to go? This last stop that we had, it's obvious to me that these are two people that are drug addicted people. And so in my opinion, I'm not there to put them in jail. I want to try to get them some help, so I'm going to offer them some help. If you're at the right time, if you're with them at the very right time, sometimes somebody will say, yes, I want some help, and we can get them some help right then and there. Oftentimes, it's not the case. So I just want to check with them. They weren't doing anything criminal, and I didn't want to, harass them or anything. I just want to get them some help. And also let them know that they just can't hang out around the area there and be suspicious and have us get more calls. So hopefully, the young man, he has to go to court today, so hopefully he'll go to court and take care of whatever his issue is there so he doesn't have a warrant later on. We've been detoured away from the neighbor dispute to a incident where deputies are struggling with a suspect. Well, thank you for stopping, but you didn't do a good job there. Well, this is another example of what narcotics is. So this guy here has warrants. I don't even know what they're for, but it's obvious that he's using narcotics, maybe overdosing. So we have to have fire come here and check him out and see if he needs any treatment. And this relates to everything that's going on here. Drugs are responsible for all the crimes just about that's going on here, whether it's property crimes or crimes of violence. And in this guy's case, hopefully we can get him some help and get him some treatment for his addiction problems. This is completely a show because he doesn't want to go to jail. That's what this is all about. But he'll be cleared medically. Once he's cleared medically, he'll be going to jail to answer for his warrants. This guy, he's got warrants, right?
Yes, sir.
Been swallowing dope so he doesn't go to jail.
Yes,
so what happened today?
So today we saw him earlier about 3 or 4 hours ago. I think he attempted to try to swallow something in his mouth. We decided to let him go. Today we got a welfare check over at a park over here nearby. Sleeping on the bench, I recognized him. I let him kind of walk away, kept my eyes on him. Asked for a second unit to make sure it feels safe. As soon as I pulled in front of him, my partner here, Mr. Lexus, pulled behind him. He told me he was under arrest. Began reaching in his pockets. I was fearful he was grabbing a weapon, so I ran up and tackled him. Get you into your pocket, man.
I didn't do anything, man.
Baby, you got some warrants, man.
Okay, you didn't.
You're going to take drugs like you did the last few times. We then took him into custody, and he began doing the same exact thing he's been doing.
Yeah.
Telling us he took drugs, telling us that he hurts and he's overdosing, whatever else. As you can see, Fire was very, very upon the knowledge that he's done this before, including 3 or 4 other deputies that have all told me that he's been doing this as well.
Yeah, so I mean, I saw when I got here too, he's putting on an Academy Award, right? And
Yes,
it's
sir.
going on because he doesn't want to go to jail. So that's what I want people to know. When you're hooked on drugs like that, the last thing they want to do is go to jail because they want to get high again, right? That's
Yes,
the
sir.
most important thing to them. So it's a really good job. You guys made sure he didn't go to put anything in his mouth, and so then you could take him to custody, and then you could say, hey, he didn't put anything in his mouth, so he can't fake this overdose today then, right?
Yes,
so,
sir.
Very good.
And to add, his warrants were for obstructing, which is exactly what he's doing now. I'm going to get charged with another case of obstructing.
Yeah.
because again, he was trying to do the same thing, trying to get out of it. He was trying to immediately reach into his mouth and eat the drugs.
Well, we understand there's some sort of cleanup going on over at Spanaway Park. We're going to go check that out. It's like a homeless encampment. I've been contacted by residents in the area and also employees in the area about various homeless encampments there. So I'll see if this is one of the ones they were talking about.
All good. Clear here shortly, no further.
Yes, I got some calls from people about that one, you know, over there by Sprinker. So, and then actually from the employees too, because they're out there doing things.
We're part of the park here. We were informed of transient activity. So what ends up happening is CLD, the community liaison deputies, will come out here about a week prior. We'll inform them that they need to vacate the property because that's our legal obligation is to do that. When we do that, we often offer them resources such as drug treatment, help on getting housing lists. But unfortunately, more often than not, they tend to decline those resources. So when we do come back to do the follow-up, they leave their trash behind more often than not. This is considered a small one, which will be roughly about $10,000 to $12,000 to clean up, depending on where it's at. If it's on private property, it may fall in the hands of the property owner to have to clean it. If it's on park land, they may have to do it. County property, county may have to foot the bill. As you and I spoke about earlier, drugs is often correlated with it. On the ground is some paraphernalia.
Yeah, some needle right there.
Yes, sir. And so this one alone is currently unoccupied, but we were here to do follow-up and make sure it gets cleaned up.
Very good. You know, I did this for a long time in Seattle. This is all related to drugs, which, as we talked about, everything going on here. Drug addicts. They come out here, live out in the woods. They don't want to have help. They steal things so they can pay for their drug addiction. So it's really sad, but it just keeps going on and on and on again. But what's really sad is the taxpayers pay for this cleanup, and then the private property owners are get stuck to pay for it themselves. That is terrible. If somebody's camping on your property and making this mess, then you have to be responsible for cleaning it up. We should be able to do something about that, though, hopefully down the road. So, yeah, thank you very much for everything you do out here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, thanks for doing a ride along with me today. You can see we went to a bunch of different calls. We had a warrant call, and we had another warrant call with somebody fighting with the deputies, being struggle with them. And you can see it's all that we saw today is related to drugs and drug addiction and all of that. Both the people that were arrested were involved with drugs. They're addicts, and we know we always offer them help to get them help, and 95% of the time they don't want help, they just want to get high. So there's things we have to do to help them out, and I call it a stick and a carrot. We're going to have to start enforcing property crimes, holding people accountable, and giving them the option to go to treatment or go to jail. And you saw that we went to the homeless encampment, and behind me you can see all the deputies it takes to go out there and start cleaning it up, make sure that it's safe, right? They have to work with other units to do that. And the cost it is for the county, the cost it is for private property owners, it's something we needed to get a handle on. Everything we saw today is related to drugs. Drugs is fueling all these problems that we have in society, and we as society need to work hard and diligently to get a handle on this. And as your sheriff, I'm working hard with our officers, deputies, to make sure that we arrest the drug dealers and hold them accountable and get help for drug addicted.